Hi everyone. Welcome to my podcast काम की बात. And it's been a while since I recorded an episode. So आज we will have two of my friends who are lawyer turned MBA. सो ये एपिसोड उनके लिए जो एसेंशियली सोच रहे हैं कि लॉ करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, क्या करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज होते हैं, और उनके लिए भी है जो लॉ कर चुके हैं एंड देन दे आर ट्राइंग टू इवैल्यूएट कि आगे क्या करें, शुड इज एन एमबीए गुड ऑप्शन या फिर कुछ और मास्टर्स है गुड ऑप्शन, जॉब कैसे ढूंढे, कैसा होता है लॉयर्स के लिए इन इंडस्ट्रीज, डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज. So I have with me Gitansh, who is my batchmate from XLRI, and I also have with me Tathagat, who is the roommate of Gitansh. So, एक minute, if you could, you both can give your introductions, that will give a lot of context to my listeners.
Whether you want to go
Gitansh,
first?
maybe you can
Okay,
start.
let's start. So a little about myself. I'm from Jaipur, and then I went on to do law from National University Delhi. So I graduated in 2021. After that, I tried my hand in civil services for about good 6 months. So October, since 2021 was COVID, the attempt was shifted to October. So till then, I remained unemployed and prepared largely for civil. Post that, I started working. So I worked for about 16 months in Rajasthan High Court, and I worked both as an advocate and as a legal researcher. Legal researcher, for context, works with the judge and tries to assist them on a day-to-day basis. After that, in 2023, I joined XLRI, and XLRI post that I joined ITC Infotech. XLRI was fun. I interned in Aon Consulting during XLRI. So largely, yeah, that.
Tathagat, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ayush, for this opportunity. My name is Tathagat Oja. I was born and brought up in Bombay, Mumbai, Maharashtra. I did my 10th normally, and 11th, 12th, I moved towards humanities. So I had economics, sociology, psychology. I did have business studies also as an optional because I was always inclined towards, business. I then went on to do my undergraduate degree from Nalsa University of Law, Hyderabad. I spent 5 years there where I primarily worked in Center for Policy Research, which is like a policy think tank. I interned also with a couple of law firms in commercial banking, etc. And also I did an internship with someone at the Bombay High Court, where we mainly did with dealt with commercial matters, real estate issues, and stuff like that. Um, so I graduated in 2022 and COVID hit in 2020. Since then, I was on my mind key I want to move away from law than just stick towards the advisory side of things. So I gave my first CAT attempt in 2021, which was 2022, which was my final year of law school. So I thought I would have, if I would have gotten in, I would have immediately graduated and then moved into business school. But I didn't have the work experience points also, which is a determining factor in getting some edge. And my CAT percentile was also not good enough to make it through. I actually didn't make the qualificatory cutoff for quant in my first attempt. I then went on to join Quizlex, which is like legal consulting. We primarily work in like NDAs, regulatory consulting. Essentially, it's helping companies understand risk and de-risk themselves from any legal issues that they could be facing. I did that roughly for 10 months. And in my 8th month, I had gotten my call from IIM Calcutta. And in my interview, they told me I'll have to come, give qualifying maths, which is an exam that everyone who's from a non-engineer background or a non-BCom background has to come and write. Um, and it's a qualificatory exam. If you don't pass that exam, your degree, even if you got into the college, you can't join the college. Like the rules like that exist because it's based on the MIT school in terms of like the curriculum that they've built, because it's very like quant heavy, finance oriented relatively. Um, but again, nothing you can't do with mastering 10th level maths. And actually, if you're giving CAT and you're prepping at that level, you're bound to be able to do that with some practice over time. I also did my summers at Sun Pharma, which is like a pharmaceutical company. Then when finals rolled around, I had calls from Accenture. I had in my summers I also had a Bain call, which did not convert. But in finals, I had multiple calls. I had Accenture, I had Capgemini, and then ITC Infotech seemed to work out because, well, they just kind of shortlisted beforehand and confirmed beforehand. So I mean, they told the place reps that don't let him go anywhere, and that's how they did it for all like three of us. Um, and yeah, Now I'm at ITC Infotech working as an account manager.
नाइस सो व्हाट आई कैन सी इज कि काफी अलग जर्नीज भी है बट काफी सिमिलैरिटीज भी है बीच बीच में तो उस पे डीप डाइव करेंगे हाँ
Talking about
कुछ गितांशी और
similarity, one thing is in summers, Tathagat got a bean call, I got a bean call, and Ayush also got a bean call.
आई इंटर्ड एट बेन आल्सो
Actually, you're an
बट
intern at B.
Yeah.
या
That's cool.
सो बट हाँ ग्रेट जर्नी यार मतलब वन रियली यूनिक पॉइंट तुम दोनों की केस में कि हाउ डिड यू एंड अप स्टार्टिंग विथ लॉ तो मतलब ऐसा तो बेस्ड ऑन योर इंट्रोडक्शन आई कुडंट फिगर आउट कि स्टार्टिंग में व्हाट मोटिवेटेड यू टू जॉइन लॉ एंड मतलब जैसे तथागत मेंशन ही ऑलवेज वांटेड टू जॉइन बिजनेस एंड इसलिए उसने 10th 12th में मतलब ही स्टडीड बिजनेस अ लिटिल बिट इट वाज फोकस्ड टू मोर टुवर्ड्स कॉमर्स एंड मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज हाउ वाज इट फॉर यू गितांश मतलब 10th 12th
So,
कैसा था व्हाट सब्जेक्ट डिड यू चूज एंड हाउ डिड यू इवेंचुअली डिसाइड टू डू लॉ
yeah, so I initially started with PCM actually, but after 2 months, and I had so in between that time between the 10th board and 11th, I took like a lot, went to a lot of counseling sessions and tried to understand what career path should I take. Largely, my family, everybody has been an engineer. I would have like good 5, 7 IIT grads as my cousins, and my sister herself is a doctor, so it was largely that template that ladka hua to engineer and ladki hui to doctor. But I wanted to break out of that mold, and also there was like a lot of family pressure. I knew if I don't get into IIT Bombay, I'm not doing good enough for the family. So there was that as well, some bits of it. So I went to career coaching, and I knew it was a uphill task. So, sort of, to be very honest, I chickened out and I thought that this CLAT looks easy, this CLAT looks doable, I'll do this CLAT. So, I switched my subjects from PCM to humanities and decided that I'll go for CLAT. And then I prepped for it and fortunately made it to New Delhi. So, that was the reason. There was no, quite frankly, there was no inclination towards law per se. It was largely that the job market is good. You get good salaries in corporates, and I'll do whatever I get if I'm getting paid enough. So that was the idea. I didn't have much understanding back then. But yeah, it changed a bit after getting into law school. So that's there.
वेरी यूनिक पर्सपेक्टिव थैंक्स फॉर बीइंग दैट ऑनेस्ट बट एक क्वेश्चन मुझे ये भी था कि कैन पीसीएम स्टूडेंट्स क्योंकि फॉर माय पर्सनल डाउट कि कैन पीसीएम स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो परस्यू लॉ या फिर इज इट एसेंशियल कि यू वांट टू स्टडी ह्यूमैनिटीज
Of PCM students can definitely pursue law. I mean, there's no question. In fact, it'll probably be easier for them. Because I'd say sciences are relatively they're obviously more analytical reasoning based, and you've obviously got to have more objectivity towards them. So naturally the bar is higher in terms of what you either you know it or you don't know it. There's no middle ground in science. Like on most cases, it's very objective. Um, CLAT, from what I remember, had a very small section for quant, which was maybe 20 marks,
Yeah,
if I'm not
20.
wrong.
Yeah.
And that 20 marks, right? Yeah. So then 20 marks or 20 questions, one of the two, I'm forgetting. So I mean, based on that, and for someone who's coming from a PCM background, intensely like preparing for JE or whatever, it's going to be like he won't even have to prepare. It's a walk in a park practically for him to a large extent, I would say. He will have to prepare for GK and stuff like that, but all that stuff obviously takes, I'd say, 6 8 month learning curve, provided you're reading enough newspapers, you're doing the basic stuff. I don't see how a I would say someone going from, let's say, a non-science background to science is going to be significantly harder than someone from a science background transitioning towards a non-science background. Like, in fact, he'll thank his parents and be much happier कि मेरे को ये नहीं करवा रहे हो. Unless he's really passionate about it. I don't see people ending up doing well in like scientific fields unless they're really passionate about doing that, or they have that analytical bent of mind. Either way has to be there. And I don't know about Gitansh. I'm not sure. I think he did tell me he also did humanities. So I mean, for me, it was more like my parents. They wanted something which was more stability oriented, and any 3 year degree that you end up doing relatively does not guarantee you a job that will pay you significantly enough straight out of the park. Whereas while law is a 5 year degree, it's an integrated degree. So you get a BA LLB, which is BA honors plus LLB. I think NLUD must
Yeah,
be
BA
also BA
honors,
LLB
yes.
honors on. Yeah. So yeah, like BA honors and LLB are like, it's an integrated degree. And while it's 5 years, it gives you time to really learn, understand, grow, and like look at life very differently in terms of like the way your reasoning ability like significantly improves. Like a large help for me also in CAT in terms of VARC or DILR was that, I had spent 5 years doing analytical reasonings through the readings that were provided in law school. And well, my parents thought that straight up out of the college, you'll end up making some money, which is like decent. I think anyone who graduates from a relatively good law school ends up in corporate, not litigation, but if he ends up in a corporate law firm job, he is likely to be making at least like a lakh a month in hand. So, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, you're giving 5 years of your life straight up, but there's stability, there's security. And I mean, in law, there'll never come a situation of unemployment. Nothing happens, you can start your own practice. That will also end up giving you 20, 30, 40K a month in like litigation. So, I mean, that difference really is what I didn't take that decision. I was too young. I just ended up doing what my parents told me to do. But I mean, that is how it worked out. And obviously, I didn't want to go into the sciences. That wasn't just my field of play.
See,
Nice.
I have
So,
Yeah, so
please
I
go.
have a similar take on this. So with humanities, my parents sort of pushed me for it, but I thank them. In hindsight, it was a good decision. So with humanities, I also took mathematics. So I had humanities plus mathematics, which is a relatively odd combination. Not a lot of people took it. But that mathematics portion helped me with, I know it helped me with CAT, it helped me with CLAT. So CLAT, you get not just the quant ka 20 marks ka section, but logical reasoning is also 40 marks. So 60 marks is this, 50 marks is your GK. So GK you prep through humanities, and this 60 marks you get this analytical bent of mind through mathematics itself. So this really helped in cracking that exam because my other sections were not that strong, particularly English and legal aptitude. Yeah, they were above average, but they weren't that crazy strong. But for me, reasoning and mathematics were like out of 60, I'll score 50. So, and I was damn sure that I'll score at least 50. So that's how it helped me and helped me go into NLU Delhi. It does, yeah. I do agree with this bit that sciences, mathematics does help.
Nice. But this really prompts me to my next question ki what mera perception of law was always ki you need to be very good in English and you need to be very good in
Hmm.
memorization, not math and all.
Hmm.
So how true is that? Matlab, how important is to be good in English and memorization?
Memorization, I wouldn't say, but memorization, yeah, you need to have a sharp memory. But I think it's more of a सूच या ऐसे सब देख करके you get this perception ना कि एकदम कोई बोलेगा और तू section 256 और ऐसे सब बोलना चालू कर दे. This is not how it has to be. So you get the Bayer Acts. You always have the Bayer Acts, the copies of whatever law you are referring to. You don't have to rote learn everything. With practice with time, yeah. For example, I'm working as an HR. Since I've learned so much about labor law, I would know a couple of sections. कि यार section 2 retrenchment है मेरे को पता है याद. But वो it's not like कि I wrote learned it. तो memorization ऐसा नहीं है कि you have to do it. It just is part. You somehow catch up because you work on it daily. With regards to the memorization and what was the other thing? Sorry.
English.
English.
English, yeah, I completely agree. So I face this problem. I barely, मैं proper हिंदी में बात कर रहा था till the time I was in Jaipur. So I barely spoke any English with my friends or my family or peers or anybody anywhere else. It was largely Hindi. School, it was very limited. So I did not have that conversational English एकदम at grasp कि मैं एकदम जा करके and would be comfortable. So and NLU Delhi, we had a very so the crowd that we had, uh, it came from a lot of regions, but given the kind of exam CLAT is, largely it targets more towards the upper middle class bracket, where English is more prominent because it's a highly restrictive exam, is what I would say. It's not inclusive. Firstly, all the entire middle class, that entire chunk is going towards engineering, medical. They are pushing towards it really hard. Then comes CLAT. CLAT has big section of English. Legal aptitude is also largely you need to have good grasp of critical reasoning, which comes through the language. And the exam is only taken in one language. It's only taken in English. There's no Hindi version. Whereas for NEET and for IIT, you'll get both a Hindi paper as well as an English paper. But that's not true for CLAT. And in terms of English, the level is significantly good enough. I mean, if I compare it with CAT, I would say if CAT is 100, it'll be somewhere around 65, 70, which at 12th grade level is a significantly difficult exam, a difficult bar to get into. So I would say, yeah, that is a problem. That is a major problem with law, that it's restricted to one language. But that's how the courts function. That is the problem. See, high courts, Supreme Courts, it's English only, and it's very rarely some other language. That too, if it's a some court where, for example, Allahabad court, you'll find Urdu. So that is very specific to some codes, but yeah, largely it's English. So that's why you have to. That's the problem with the field itself, I would say. You have.
To add
Hmm.
on to Geetanj, like, I mean, sorry, are you
No, no,
done?
no, I'm done. Yeah.
So, I mean, to add on to him, in today's society, unless you're like good at English, you're not going to be able to sustain long term, whether it's corporate or anything else. If you want to progress, you'll have to be good at English. Second is, I'd say, I mean, as Geetaj pointed out, you need to have that specialization and practice. But I mean, without that, you wouldn't get that memorization. So the
Mhm.
memorization is directly correlated to your specialization and, like, work practices that you have.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I remember even during when we were preparing for CLAT, we were doing like CAT level VARC questions
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I mean, you're really gonna have to be there to be able to compete at that level. Otherwise, it won't happen. You could obviously go to a state college or something like that, but I mean, I that's a different thing altogether. But that will also have an English like component to it. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि English होगा ही नहीं उसमें.
So I
True.
just
Uh,
one more bit. So on how important English is and how much the CLAT does shape it. So my scores were predominantly, and the reason I got into XLRI or did, I don't know, decent enough in CAT or IFT, all those exams, my English was the major section which pushed me through, which had the major maximum number of marks. That was similar for my roommate as well. My roommate, not Tathagat, but yeah, my roommate from NLU Delhi, he also gave the exams. So his score were also largely English. That majority of the marks he scored were in English only. So yeah, I have seen it. I've seen it with a couple of law students that this is what is happening, and that's how they are getting into CAT or other exams.
one thing that Rajat earlier was mentioning was once you enter a law college, उसके बाद career options क्या होते हैं? जितना मुझे पता है, there's corporate law, you
Hmm.
can have your own practice, you can join a law firm, you can join some courts for
Hmm.
litigation वगैरह. तो एक बार can you explain what are different career options straight out of college can you get?
Broadly, it breaks up into like three major things. First would be like your corporate law firms, which like make up maybe 60, 65, 70% of the entire batch getting placed. So our batch was 120. Usme se there must be at least 70 to 80 people who went into proper law firms, tier one, tier two, even tier three, which is like boutique firms and stuff like that. There they mainly like help companies do commercial disputes, um, help in like signing of contracts, deal advisory, stuff like that. M&A is also a very big part. And a lot of people move into IB also from law via M&A over a period of 8, 10 years. That happens quite normal. It's a normal trajectory, not something abnormal. So corporate law firms is probably one part of it. Second is litigation. That's significantly harder. You're going to need, like, if you have connections, you're born in the right family, that journey is cut down by, let's say, 10 to 12 years. But even still, it's not easy. It's relatively harsh. It's grueling. You need to have a great oratory skills, good argumentative understanding, very good knowledge of law, because you'll have to argue straight up, and that's the decision making part of the entire law process. Corporate law firms do all the paperwork. They'll assist you, guide you. But in the end, when you go to court, a litigator is going to argue your case. So I mean, that's litigation. You start out, there's not a lot of money, but as age catches on, there'll come a point where you'll be making maybe 10, 15, 20 lakhs a month straight up. It could even go to crores if you're part of those, let's say, 500, 600 lawyers in the country. So that's the second part of it, which makes up another chunk. A third chunk that started when I was there and now has picked up also is consulting. So we were the first batch that got proper consulting roles coming to us. And Bain, McKinsey had also started coming from the following year. But they were going for junior associate levels or something like that. It's a different title altogether. But it's associate level programs only that they're hiring. And I think they're also paying around 17, 18 a year, something like on those like ballpark ranges. So I know a couple of juniors who did end up going there. Obviously, they may be higher, maybe 2, 3 a year. So it's very limited. But I mean, that's happening.
There's one more that I
Nice.
like to add. So
Huh.
one more is so there are corporate
Uh,
law firms and then there is in-house counsel. So you can also go as in-house counsel to various organizations. So for example, ITC would hire an in-house counsel, or let's say ABG would hire an in-house counsel. In-house counsel, the workload is a little lesser compared to a law firm. While the pay is also a little lesser. But yeah, so somewhere on the scale, if in litigation you are making somewhere around 20, 30 as a starting lawyer, and law firm you'll be making 110, 120 in hand as a starting, your in-house would be somewhere around 70, 75, 80. So that's where it is.
and then comes to तुम दोनों का journey and how did you मतलब after law college पहली बात तो internships Tadagat already told you he did internships. Gitansh, where did you do internships and where did you finally end up
I
after the
I
college?
did around 5, 6 internships. I it's been really long, so I don't remember what I did, but it was largely litigation internships. I worked in Dwarka Court, I worked in Rajasthan Court, I worked in Delhi High Court, I worked in a lot of courts. See, first year I told you, right, I joined in for the money, for the glam, for the whole corporate shebang, but first year itself I realized no, no. वैसे मैं ये 12 घंटे तो नहीं बैठ my hand at litigation. I worked with a judge as an intern. I worked with additional solicitor general. I don't remember the name, but yeah, I worked with one ASG as well. So I worked a lot of litigation internships. Largely, the matters differed from one to another, like greatly. So, but it was largely criminal only. And even post completing NLU Delhi, I worked in criminal law only. So largely it was, I mean, POXO and all of those cases. So it was largely that. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to get out. I don't know, I not intentionally, but I somehow jumped into it, and then this sort of started eating me mentally. I was like, no, no, I need to find something more, a little more calmer, a little more peaceful, a little less to do with all of this moral dilemmas and all. So yeah, I decided to switch. It was one of the reasons. So yeah, largely that's about the internships.
But how did you get those
Oh,
internships?
okay.
मतलब sounds very fancy to me कि
hmm No, so
sounds very fancy कि इस हाई कोर्ट के साथ
hmm
किया उस हाई कोर्ट के साथ किया how मतलब कैसे मिलती है सब?
see, being very honest, being very honest, and I don't know if I should say it on a podcast, but the judge के साथ तो CV does not matter. It's largely like,
Okay.
yeah, it's largely that. It's largely through referral and all of that stuff only because I haven't seen anybody. Rarely in those time, 2016, 17, it was very rare that some process or some system would be set up and through which CVs would go and someone would curate them. No, that's not how it happened. It's largely that person decides that this is the one that I want. It's not a lot of responsibility. It's not a lot of pay. There's no pay, in fact. So it doesn't really matter how many interns or who is interning or how many interns are there. They just have to give one certificate at the end of the day. So the referral thing really worked, especially for something like a judge. But for all the rest, you just have to, you get the mail ID, you make your CV, you make your cover letter, you shoot out the mails. So what I would be doing is I would be shooting out like a good chunk of 5, 7, 8, 10 mails for some 10, 15 days. Around if I have to intern in December, I'll be shooting them around September. So it'll give me some amount of time. It'll give me 3 months for them to reach back and for us to discuss it. So there wouldn't be largely a lot of interviews for litigation internship, but for corporate it'll be a completely different scenario, which Tathagat could tell you. So I would just shoot out the CV and I'll just send out the mail, and some responded, some did not responded. Then I'll honestly, I was a little unprofessional in this regard because I was trying to create a backup for myself. So I would pick out the best from there and just yeah, intern with them. So largely that's how it was.
Tathagata, how was it for you like getting into corporate law? कैसे हुआ वो सब and how was the journey?
Uh, so a lot of them again similarly to referrals. but I had seniors in college who'd like just done completed like successful stints, and they were like, on verges of getting PPOs. So, it was possible for them to provide me emails, and I just shoot them out with like, CVs, details, XYZ, papers written, stuff like that. And that pretty much worked. For Center for Policy Research, actually, it was more luck oriented. I just found the right email ID, which was on the website only, but I emailed that lady who was heading like the Landsat initiative. And ironically, she was quite busy at that point of times in terms of workload. So she needed a lawyer intern for like, the kind of like data work she was working on. So she was working primarily on like land rights and like, right to water, which is like important aspects of like, let's say, fundamental duties and stuff like that. And policy work is primarily like that. There's no real time impact. It's all just like, like, intellectual critical thinking. So I mean, if you speak decent English, you can talk, and you come from a decent like law school, she'll be happy to entertain you. At the end of the day, CPR is like a very big brand. I think it's like first or second largest think tank in India. So I mean, that way it helped a lot in terms of like for me, yeah, we were applied even for my IMCAL interview. I had like, this to talk about. They at that time Adani's entire stint was also going on. वो market टूटा था काफी. तो उन सब चीजों को लेके the things were happening. But I mean, they took out time. They spent time talking to me about CPR. Same at Infotech interview also, he was asking me all kinds of stuff. So I mean, those things like stick to you, and then they take you like, all the way. You keep getting asked about the same thing. So I mean, having a good understanding of those things also helps a lot. For corporate law, see, I didn't have a good experience. I did maybe 3 internships in corporate, like typical corporate law. And I did all of them only because I was too young at that point to do anything else. 5 साल में क्या करूंगा? एक चलो सेकंड ईयर थर्ड ईयर में जाके मैंने सीपीआर कर लिया, उसके पहले भी तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद भी कुछ करना पड़ता है. तो उस 5 year period में what would I do? And that time I didn't have the understanding कि we'll go to MBA. MBA came in my head post like 4th year. Beginning के बाद I was like, what to do next? Then I started thinking about this. But till then you have to do something right. And if everyone around you is doing corporate, and that's like, the major validation point in terms of like in law school. So you end up going there only. And yeah, I mean, it was mainly referral oriented, but a lot of like CV sending out, emails, following up. A lot of times they were like, every internship I had to mold, I'll go into arbitration, I'll go into this, I'll go into that. And I didn't understand most of those things. I mean, a second year guy will not understand most of those things. It's very hard. There's too much law, there's too much bare acts, all this stuff. But I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you get the internships under the belt. And I mean, as a second year student, even they being so high up, I'll be like, हाँ ये जो भी बोल रहा है बस ऊपर से बोल रहा है, academics ठीक है, बात कर लेता है, मेहनत कर लेगा, ले लो. For them also, it's just pretty much that. They're not going that deep. Obviously, if you've written papers, you've done moots, you've done ADR competitions, that helps. What happened is obviously when you're writing physical papers, things are significantly harder. But when COVID came in, the grading system completely changed upside down, and it was all like online. So like from a batch which had, let's say, a grading scale starting at 4.5, the grading scale straight up went to 6.5 in a period of 1 year.
Damn.
So I mean, all these things did happen, and I mean, they helped us quite a bit.
Yeah, similar experience.
Nice. Nice. I think it's across different careers. COVID में काफी help हुआ लोगों को. But हाँ, then coming to my next point is, this is all मतलब law college, then careers in law. But other than that, there are different aspects कि या तो तुम law में ही masters कर सकते हो, LLM कर सकते हो, MBA कर सकते हो, UPSC कर सकते हो. ऐसे क्या क्या opportunities होते हैं, तुम लोग ने क्या क्या evaluate किया था?
So largely MBA wasn't considered. So that's one mistake that I did. It was basically in firstly a little context. In New Delhi, दो जने एक कमरे में रह रहे होते हैं. So it was me and my roommate. Both of us were fed up with law कि यार ये तो नहीं करना है. बाकी देखते हैं क्या करना है ना? Since we were fed up with law, LLM was not an option, and unfortunately or fortunately, for me or Tatha or anybody coming from the tier one law school, doing LLM in India is not really advisable. You have to go abroad. You need to get your degree from someplace fancy, some Ivy League college or something like that. You'll have to go, which costed a lot of money, and there was again no guarantee that you'll end up getting a job. And at the end of the day, if I would have gone for an LLM and gotten a job if I wanted a high paying job, I would have gone to corporate. So if I would have gone to corporate either way, then it didn't really matter. No? I never wanted that from the beginning. So corporate was out of the picture. So post LLM, what was the question? That while evaluating LLM, that was the major thing that I had to consider. And the options post LLM are one, you can come to academia. Second, you can go into corporate. Third is you go into a think tank, policy think tank. And so one, corporate was out. Policy think tank was also out for me because there was no, I wanted some place where I can also make the money, but at the same time, I'm not piled with like 16 hours of work. So yeah, I wanted best of both worlds. I was greedy that way. But yeah, that's how it was for me. So LLM wasn't giving that. There was UPSC and then there was MBA. MBA, I didn't really think, I didn't pay much attention to, which I regret. If I would have, I often feel that if I would have tried for MBA in 21 and 22 itself, or it like started much earlier, I would have graduated like a couple of years back, and it would have been the same. Because even during preparation for MBA, it wasn't like I started around June, July, and then October you have the paper. October, November you have the paper. So it wasn't like a lot of preparation. It was 4 or 5 months of preparation. And I remember the first mock that I gave, I was able to get till that 99 percentile. So largely, I didn't change. I mean, in terms of preparation, I didn't get to prepare and improve my scores much, even during, even while preparing for CAT. So I often feel that 21 में ही CAT दे दिया होता या 20 के अंदर ही CAT दे दिया होता ऐसे ही एक बार फॉर्म भर के तो I might have landed into some place well at that point as well. तो वो एक लगता है मेरे को MBA नहीं evaluate करना. Third was UPSC, which I picked. So yeah, it UPSC is a great job, and New Delhi actually has uh, a huge segment of people going for UPSC. Every year, around 3 or 4 people get into civil services at least, and this is out of a batch of 80 people, of which around 70 are going to some or other thing, right? Out of which 70 would either get placed or go to litigation. So only 10 people are left with all this choices, and out of 10, there'll be 2, 3 who will be preparing for civil civil services, judiciary, and all of these things simultaneously. So every year, a good chunk, good population out of all the people preparing. See, I was preparing in my batch. There was another guy. There was a couple. There was 5, 6 people, of which I know 2, 3 got in. So a 50% rate is there, which seemed like a good rate, and I felt that कि अब देखो 50% बच्चे चले ही जाते हैं तो जो ये 50 नहीं जाते उसमें तो हम नहीं उसमें कौन होता है टर्न्स आउट उसमें मैं ही था तो ये चला 21 में मैंने ट्राई किया 20 बट आई स्टॉप माई प्रिपरेशन मिडवे देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ रीजंस फॉर दैट एक्सटर्नल वगैरह भी थे तो आई स्टार्टेड माई प्रिपरेशन इन 2019 तक कोर्स खत्म किया 2020 से रिवीजन स्टार्ट करना था 2021 में एग्जाम दिया but it didn't go through. उसके बाद I lost my momentum completely. I was like, no, I don't want to do this shit. I realized that the kind of person I am, I can't do 12 months of continuous preparation with discipline. And I know one thing that I lack is probably discipline would be the thing that I lack the most. So I realized कि ये continuous long term effort require करेगा and it will require couple more years, 2, 3 years more it will take. I realized no, this I can't put in at this point of time. My father had already retired by then. And there was no financial burden, but yeah, I myself felt that I need to go start earning and shit. My roommate, since I mentioned, did MBA. He got into XLRI only, but he didn't join.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually got into XLRI that year. 2022, he got into XLRI, but he didn't join because of reasons, because his personal reasons. So then he gave me the idea that you should maybe try for CAT. कर ही सकता है हो जाएगा and all that. तो ठीक है फिर मतलब मैंने सोचा कि उसका हो गया तो अपना भी हो ही जाएगा शायद कर ही देते हैं तो just gave the exam and went for an MBA. Largely यही 3 options हैं in my mind तो. Do you have anything else, Tathagat?
Yeah, the only thing I'd add is LLM, there's no real value.
Hmm.
There's no real money you'll get additionally. There's nothing like no law firm's going to pay you higher for an LLM. And for us, you'd want to go to an LLM abroad internationally. and that's going to be north of a crore in terms of
Yeah.
expenditure. So I mean, ROI is like negative, whereas like no ROI. Maybe in the long term, when you become someone of like authority and all of that, then be like LLM यहाँ से किया है, तब फर्क पड़ता है शायद. But at the short term, no one like there's no real added advantage of doing an LM. So doing an LM is only something you do when people are fed up of corporate law and they're like, I need a 2 year break, and then they go do an LLM or like a 1 year break, and then they'll go do an LLM and come back. That also a lot of law firms do sponsor, or like say when you come back you'll have a job here, etc. Stuff like that. But otherwise, there's zero real value about doing an LLM.
And
Even
how
for an
did you
MBA,
decide कि हाँ MBA continue, please
no,
continue.
if even for an MBA, I was saying that like unless there was significantly higher money being paid or like a better role, no one would do it, right? Why are people competing to get into like top business schools and stuff like that? You can go to an MBA from a local college also. कुछ हो नहीं जाएगा तुमको, बस 30 लाख 25 लाख नहीं खर्चोगे तुम, 10 लाख में भी हो जाएगा काम तुम्हारा. But then people are doing that because there's an ROI on that attached, right? LLM is not the same. That's a big difference. Why I didn't even look at LLM in that way.
And then how did you decide कि MBA करना है अब?
Yeah, I wanted to get into business from the forefront only, and law is like a sell side service. It's like a service add on. It's not an integral part of like business or something like that. And a lot of people even I know today are like have finished law, are working, want to move towards MBA and transition towards business side. Like it's become a very common thing now. In fact, I'd say maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it might have been rare and scarce. As though I know at least in a batch quite a few, matlab, at least in 50 people, there'll be 15, 20, 15, 18 people writing for MBAs. So I mean, from law, transition to MBA has become a very common like thing now. And for me, it was just like I wanted to move towards business. I wanted to like build something and like get into that as opposed to just law. You can be an entrepreneur in law also, but it's a saturated market completely. And it's very hectic, dude. I mean, the returns are not going to be great. You'll be working bad. I mean, you'll work bad hours in business also, but the returns will be significantly higher. There's better opportunity. There's more scope. There's like plethora of options to like look into. The same is not for law. It's pretty dry and straightforward at this point.
Makes sense.
Just one more
हाँ
thing on this.
continue Gitansh.
So yeah, the problem that I feel with law is that see, when you do an MBA, you get all kinds of jobs. You have jobs where, I mean, you would know, where you have to do a lot of work and you get paid well and you are taken care of. But there are jobs where you can choose not to do that much amount of work, maybe take a pay cut, maybe take a little lesser. In law, the problem is there is law firms, all law firms across it's bad working condition. You get enough, you get good amount of money, but it's just all law firms have. So even if you leave one law firm, you'll end up in another, which is the same. The working conditions, there are not a lot of options where you can decide. See, if there's a scale, think of it as a graph where there is the working condition and there you have the pay. You can plot, the plot is much more scattered. You have a lot of points where you can sit in an MBA. In law, the plot is just concentrated at one dot, and there's no option to, if you go for a litigation job after, it's either this or it's either that. It's either you take very, even in litigation, the workload is high only. So it's just less pay and high workload. At the end of the day, you wouldn't have a work-life balance in law as a field. It's very difficult to find. Only in-house counsel is the only position where I would say the work-life balance is there. But those are limited positions, and there's not a lot of growth in that particular sphere. So you can't stay in that. So that's the problem that I feel with the industry itself.
एक और doubt, that personal doubt,
Hmm.
how is it like, what is the career path of becoming a judge? Judge कैसे बनते हैं, and is that a feasible option in India? मतलब कैसा होता है वो?
No, that's a feasible option. Okay, so my first allocated roommate, so initially we were three people in a room, and the first guy that was allocated to me, he actually did become a judge. I talked to him like just when it's been 6 months since he became a judge. So there are two ways. One is you give the exam, And second is you give the exam, state exams. So you have RJS, Rajasthan Judicial Services, and you have for all states you have judicial services exams. So you go give those exams, and anybody can give the exam for whatever state they want to, basis the state. So there'll be conditions depending upon the state. Uh, and then you become a judge. You'll get into the lower judiciary. You'll start probably with a municip as a municip magistrate or JM2C. So you'll start as a judicial magistrate second class or judicial or a municipal magistrate. You'll start at the lowest rank, and then you can grow, get up to a district judge or an additional district judge. This is where majority of the people would top out because these are like 5, 6 layers, and it takes around 4, 5 years per promotion. So, anyways, by the time you'll reach your retirement, you'll be at the DJ stage. That's your lower judiciary. After that, your higher judiciary starts, which is your High Court and Supreme Court. So for High Court, there are two ways to become a judge. One is you practice, advocates quota is there. So since if you have been practicing for, I don't remember exactly, but I think 15 years, I think 10 or 15 years, I'm not sure. So if you have been practicing for this amount of time, and if you are a recognized member in the eyes of the bar, and if the bench also decides, there's collegium system that we know. So the five senior most judges decides basically that this is the person that we need to elevate. So it could be from advocates quota, and they can also elevate somebody who's a career judge. So the judge that I worked with, she worked for about 30 years in the lower judiciary and then got elevated as a high court justice.
Nice. हाँ, तो नाउ कमिंग टू एन एमबीए, अब हो गया लॉ वाला पार्ट सारा। अब आते कि बिजनेस में जाना है, मैं मतलब एमबीए करना है। तो हाउ वाज, पहले तो कैट प्रेप करना है, जो भी एग्जैक्ट एफटी जो भी देना है, वो प्रेप कैसे किया? मतलब आफ्टर Thagas was in college only, you were doing a job, so how do you go about it?
Tathagat, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. So, I was in college for my first attempt, which didn't happen. Second attempt, I was working जब वो हुआ था. So I had roughly given a year and a half of prep to it. Um, and I mean, see, English was good, so VIRC was more or less sorted. DILR, to some extent, I had practice from my CLAT days. And then obviously I had Arun Sharma and a couple of books, and I had taken an online coaching. तो वो उसमें मेरा वो चल रहा था. Quant is where my first half really suffered, but then the problem was I was doing too much. I was doing arithmetic, I was doing algebra, I was doing geometry. मैं सब कर रहा था बैठ के, और मेरे को sin cos theta आती ही नहीं थी, कभी जिंदगी में किया ही नहीं था, कोई समझ ही नहीं थी. So when the first attempt didn't go through, and it was only because of quant, otherwise I would have ended up in some or the other IIM, at least mid-tier I would have ended up in, but that didn't happen. So फिर I decided to only focus on arithmetic. So generally what happens is in quant you get at least 12 questions from arithmetic in a section of, let's say, 24 questions that come. So my goal was to get all 12 may say 12 correct, and like leave the entire other bit, which is essentially what also happened in my second attempt only, and मैंने वही किया था. DILR and VARC were my strong suit. DILR में, see, VARC में ना you need to score high to get high percentile. For DILR now you do 2 sets, you're already sitting at 92, 93. Third set pe you straight up just hit 97, and if you get even half a fourth set, you're already in like topper range. Half of those, I might have stated a level higher. You can in third set and by the time you end the third set and get it right, you're already sitting fairly high. So first attempt में मेरा quant is the reason didn't happen. मेरा cutoff नहीं clear हुआ था. But then second attempt I made it very clear to myself that I would only do this part of arithmetic and quant. प्रॉफिट लॉस एंड ऑल वर फेयरली स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, इतना कुछ घपला नहीं था उसमें. तो मैंने उसी पे फोकस किया, उसी को प्रैक्टिस किया. 2-3 तरह की सेम क्वेश्चंस आते रहते हैं, एंड देयर आर ओनली 2-3 फॉर्मूलाज यू कैन अप्लाई इन डिफरेंट वेज. ट्रेन्स कमिंग इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन, सेम डायरेक्शन, अप डाउन, अपस्ट्रीम डाउनस्ट्रीम, इज जस्ट प्लस माइनस वाला चेंज ही होता है, और वो आता ही आता है. ये ऐसे 5-6 क्वेश्चन लॉलीपॉप वाले आएंगे ही आएंगे. So, I mean, that was basics, but you obviously have to go higher than that and deeper in that if you only want to focus on arithmetic. But yeah, I mean, I had a good VARC already hold. So, I mean, a year and a half is more than enough time for me to build up to that level. My DILR part was, I was good at DILR because I do think I had like a good understanding of like analytical thinking, and like that is what helped me a lot. But obviously, practicing sets is very important. I spent a lot of time at Kraku, which is this website which has, you know, all these sets that come daily. So I got their subscription. I think at that time it was like 8-9K. For me, Kraku is what worked. And I liked Maruti, who was the guy who founded Krakow, and he's been getting like 99.95, 99.98 every year on year. So the way he thinks, the way he, used to do things really is what like sat with me well. तो मैंने वही किया, एंड आई मीन सेकंड अटेम्प्ट में आई एंडेड अप एट 99.62 63, तो उसमें मेरा हो गया था. प्लस बीइंग अ लॉयर यू गेट बेनिफिट of diversity, and also on top of that I had a like 10-11 months of work experience. तो वो सब जोड़ के I my highest call was Cal, and that is what converted. I had Lucknow, Indore and all, and they also converted, but I mean, if I got into Cal, I wasn't going to like skip it and leave it for anything else, so I ended up here.
Just like to add one small thing, Krakow is very helpful for ZAT prep also. उनकी हाँ उनकी फाउंडिंग टीम का ZAT का DM सेक्शन का prep material is very good. They also have previous year mocks like readily available on their site. So that really helps a lot.
Past year
हाँ,
papers
Gitansh,
is also important, huh? Past year papers is also very
yes,
important.
So
yeah,
for
Gitansh,
me,
take that
I
as well.
took इसका time का coaching, and it was a physical coaching. It was like 2-3 kilometers from my home only, so I was able to. शाम को classes होती थी 2 घंटे की. So I'll go and sit on those classes. For me, again, so before even starting, I was preparing for civils and go, and then I just one day I decided that okay, I'll just give it a shot. देखते हैं क्या ही हो जाएगा. तो मैंने टाइम में गया था एंड मैंने मॉक वॉक दिया. अनफॉर्चुनेटली बढ़िया नंबर आ गए. आई गॉट दैट 99 परसेंटाइल. बट मेरा आई रिमेम्बर मेरा एवरेज ही ऐसा सा रहता था कि if I'm scoring 100, 50 would be English, straight up 50 would be English, 30-35 would be logical reasoning, and 15 नंबर आ जाएंगे मैथ्स में तो आ जाएंगे. तो कोई मैथ्स में it was clearly that I know arithmetic, I don't know anything else at all. मतलब I shouldn't even attempt those questions was my state in at least when I started. I think July जो भी when I started that was where I was. Yeah, so I knew कि अभी 2-3 महीने हैं. I can start preparing, and I don't need to. I'm not gonna prepare much on these two sections, and I'm only gonna prepare on what's my weakest. Because if I can, because there's a lot of scope, right? If 15 से 25 तक पहुंच सकते हो आप mathematics में, relatively faster compared to already जो कि tapped out stream subjects हैं आपके. But I think that was the mistake I made because वो 2-3 महीने I tried mathematics a lot, and I tried like all the questions that I know non-arithmetic, something circles and all of those topics were there, right? So number system, circles, the one with bar, and I don't even know the topics. पर वो जो भी होते थे वो सारे tricky questions, जो भी engineering वाले questions होते थे, and all of those things. 11th-12th की mathematics होती थी जिसमें largely. So वो questions मैंने 2-3 महीने में जैसे तैसे कोशिश तो किए and prep कर लिए, but उसके चक्कर में I fucked up my, because I somewhere built that कि यार मेरे को नहीं maths में I am good. मतलब I have prepared this much, so I should be able to answer. This is where I went wrong, because I remember first CAT के अंदर I spent like 12-13 minutes on one single first mathematics equation, because I went into that mode that यार ये आ जाना चाहिए था मुझसे, हो जाना चाहिए था, नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, and I went into that panic. Uh, a normal, the जुलाई वाला गीतांश would have just skipped the question, would have seen it कि ये तो मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है, आगे बढ़ो, ये क्या डंडे लगा रखे हैं, क्या है, क्यों हो रहा है ये. आगे बढ़ो, अपना बोट देखो, अपना बोट नदी से आ रही है, किसी को भागते हुए देखो, टाइम डिस्टेंस निकालो, ये सब इजी इजी चीजें करो. मैं सिंपल वही करता, बट आई जस्ट वेंट इनटू दैट. And मेरा maths तो was terrible. And this was the first section that I picked in CAT का paper. So the whole paper went really terrible, and I ended up with like 97, which was compared to like ZAT जिसमें 99 हो रहे हैं, तो वो comparatively काफी कम हो रहा है. And वो सारा स्कोर, वो सारा कैट का पेपर, वो सारा गॉट फक्ड ऑन दैट वन पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ. बिकॉज वो 12 मिनट जाने के बाद तो आई वाज लाइक कि अब इट वाज डैमेज कंट्रोल. द पेपर वाजंट अबाउट solving the paper or doing it. The paper was just completely damage control. Or for me, there was this whole thing that ये सिविल्स नहीं हुआ, एंड अभी चेंज किया है, अभी क्या चालू है, अभी पहले क्वेश्चन में अटक गए हैं, होगा नहीं होगा कुछ अपना. तो मेरी वहां थोड़ी फटली कैट गया पर फिर आईएफटी और जैट निकल गया। आई वाज एबल टू काम माई सेल्फ एटलीस्ट फॉर दोज टू पेपर्स, तो वो दोनों हो गए। एंड आईएफटी दिल्ली का भी आ गया था, इसका भी आ गया था। कैट से भी कॉल्स थे बिकॉज लार्जली बिकॉज डाइवर्सिटी, बट देन एक्सएलआरआई वाज बेटर, सो एक्सएलआरआई एचआरएम। एंड ऑल्सो आई हैड मेड अप माई माइंड कि बिकॉज लॉ इज ऑलरेडी देयर, आई विल गो इनटू एचआर बिकॉज इट्स अ लिटिल मोर सिंक्ड। आई मीन वी हैव सीन इट इन कॉलेज की वो कितना लॉ कितना सारा वो आते ही हैं कोर्सेज। सो या।
उस पर डीप डाइव करते हैं। और बट फर्स्ट की पेपर हो गया, कैट जेट पेपर हो गया, कॉल आ गए, देन इंटरव्यू होता है।
हम्म।
तो इंटरव्यू कैसा होता है फॉर अ लॉ स्टूडेंट? जैसे हमें तो इंजीनियरिंग क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं
हम्म।
वो कि ये कैसा कंसेप्ट काम करता है वगैरह वगैरह, तो लॉ स्टूडेंट के लिए कैसा होता है? हाउ डू यू जस्टिफाई कि तुम्हें एमबीए कैसे
So the answers I gave you in the last round is the answers I gave them also.
करते?
There
ओके।
was not much difference in that.
Yeah.
But they did ask me a few law questions. They asked about like fundamental rights, fundamental
Yeah.
duties, some constitutional law, international law पे कुछ पूछ लेगा. It depends on who's taking the interview also. Is he that aware? Is he that knowledgeable? फिर कोई मेरे को आई एम इंदौर के इंटरव्यू में समवन आस्क्ड मी अबाउट उस समय कुछ इलेक्टोरल वोट्स का कुछ लफड़ा चल रहा था इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. उसने कुछ पूछा, मैंने एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस पे गलत जवाब दे दिया. उसने कहा हाँ हाँ ठीक है, हाँ ठीक है. मेरे को पता है गलत जवाब था बट उसको इतनी समझ ही नहीं थी उस पॉइंट पे. और आई डोंट नो, मे बी यू मस्ट हैव रेड इट सुपरफिशियली. ही वाज लाइक या इट्स ओके डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. And I mean, I gave him the answer, and then I just moved on from there. And then next questions came, I answered them. I think a big difference makes is the background you're coming from. Like every interview I went in, they asked me, "You're coming from a top tier law school. Why are you here?" So I mean, what because, and I'm like, I'm building a profile. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to go about it. So I mean, that definitely gives you an advantage. It pushes you in the right stead. It definitely pushes them to a bias कि हाँ ये बंदा English बोल सकता है, इस बंदे को अच्छे college से आता है, ये कर लेगा, ये संभाल लेगा. Like I am Cal में, they were not worried about my background. They were more worried will I pass qualifying maths or not.
Mm.
मतलब उनका like maybe 10-15 minutes of my interview went in them saying you'll be able to manage this. And I'm like, yeah. And then they only are justifying it to themselves. No, he must have done economics also, na, in law. So economics mein to there is maths, he'll manage. Then they're again asking me, will he manage? So I mean, it moves both sides. But obviously, if it wasn't for that law school tag, these
Mm.
conversations wouldn't have been that explicitly open. It would have been different.
Sim-
So I mean, there was nothing different to what I just told you. It's practically going to be this only what I said. I said the same things in the interview. They asked more GK and newspaper questions, obviously, because they wanted to be well aware, and a bit of economics also, and some law, but not that specific oriented. Yeah,
So
Gita.
similar experience. See, the best part was that majority of the interviews where I gave, the people, the interviewer themselves were not that deeply aware about the law itself, especially with what I was working. So 90% of the times the questions would be around constitutional law, very basic question, fundamental rights and all collegium. This actually came, this NJC होना चाहिए या this actually came in XLRI's interview. So all the current affair questions largely anything to do with law that is in current affairs would be what would be asked. But uh, there were a couple. There was one interview in particular, IFT. Damn, they really somehow the one of the panelists really knew about banking laws. They knew it like anything. They knew it really well, and they started asking me question, and they started throwing around Latin phrases and all. And I was just, for a minute I actually did this that sorry I didn't catch you, the internet was lagging because I wasn't even able to make sense of the question itself. I wasn't good in this particular sphere of law anyways, and which is one thing I feel, because when you tell somebody that I'm a lawyer as opposed to an engineer you tell that I'm an electrical engineer or I'm an electronics engineer, and they ask you questions from that specific domain. When you tell that you are a lawyer, they don't really care what specific sphere of law you have dealt with. They'll expect you to know all kinds of law, and all kinds of law differ vastly. Like banking law is very different from labor law. So even the understanding the philosophy and how and why of it is very different. So it's very different kinds of law. And people, again, there's this perception that memorization should be there. So people expect that you'll be able to just straight up say I section whatever and just go ahead with it. But again, the best part is the tag was there. So there was enough proxy and credibility that whatever he might be saying might be right only. So yeah, there have been in I didn't need to because majority of the times the questions were either very simple or very tough. And if somebody's asking a tough question, I know that this person knows the answer to it. So yeah, I knew that this person would know the answer to it. So I didn't try to pretend. And for the constitutional law ones, I was, but yeah, the IFT interview did actually clear. I thought it was really bad, but turns out they appreciated that I acknowledged that I don't know about it. The rest of the interviews were just fine. It was just normal, basic interview. The background really helped, to be honest. I have had interviews for CAP colleges where they have been like, "Ki, why do you even want to? You are from, you can make this much, you can make more money there, and why do you even want to come?" Because the perception is that for MBA, people do it as a sort of second coming where the first career didn't go well, and then they are going for the second one. So that's the perception. But quite frankly, I would say it was true in my case as well. The first career didn't go well, and but it didn't feel like it. It didn't outwardly appear that way. So that's why, yeah, it did.
Then coming
Hmm.
coming to an MBA college, मतलब in a lot of college you don't
Hmm.
choose the specialization in the first year itself, but Excel case में it's different.
Hmm.
अगर तुम्हें HR लेना है तो you
Hmm.
enter an HR college with an HR degree. तो वो कैसे decide किया? How did you go
So
about it?
I told you about the roommate of mine who went to who got XLRI. I talked to him and I got some idea, some fair bit of idea about कि क्या है XLRI. I didn't know XLRI like a year ago, 2022 June तक मेरे को नहीं idea था. But हुआ क्या था? My birthday is around May, so he came in May to my house and उस point of time पे XLRI का उसका हो चुका था. बट वो फीस भरे नहीं भरे जाए नहीं जाए पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे उसने काफी वो मेरे घर पे ही था 4-5 दिन रुका एंड वी स्पोक अबाउट इट लाइक 50 उसको तो फीस देनी थी नहीं देनी थी उसको वो डिसीजन लेना ही वॉज रियली थिंकिंग अबाउट इट एंड ही मेंशन्ड अ लॉट कि यार एक्सएलआरआई एचआर में इज द बेस्ट एक्सएलआरआई एचआर में इज द बेस्ट एचआर एज अ डोमेन आल्सो आई डिडंट नो मच अबाउट आई जस्ट हैड दिस परसेप्शन कि हाँ वो रंगोली हाँ तो यही था अपना भी परसेप्शन तो क्वाइट फ्रैंकली तो स्पेशली कोर्ट्स में तो होता ही नहीं है तो हमको तो पता ही नहीं था कि क्या एचआर क्या रहता है एंड क्या होता है मतलब कॉर्पोरेट फर्म्स में होता है थोड़ा एक ब्रॉड आइडिया है बट नेवर रियली इंटरेक्टेड विद वन एंड डोंट रियली नो मच अबाउट इट तो बट उसने बताया तो आई गॉट टू नो कि ये है एचआर में एंड देन अ कजिन ऑफ माइन डिड हिज एमबीए फ्रॉम एमडीआई सो आई हैवंट बीन इन टच आई वाजंट इन टच विद हिम एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम बट देन आई गॉट इन टच विद हिम कि क्या रहता है क्या होता है फील्ड का एंड वॉट एवर so I got to know कि यार it's a pretty it's that field where I want to be. See, it's the again the work-life balance and the pay scale. It comes at that point where yeah you'll find a decent work-life balance, but you'll also get good money. So that's where I was like कि हाँ ठीक है I need to go for HR compared to BM and again I got to know कि XLRI में HR is considered better and also the law thing would really help me in XLRI because there are a lot of law courses. So my neighbor is also from XLRI. तो मैंने उनसे भी बात की थी ही इज फ्रॉम एक्सएलआरआई एचआर ओनली तो उनसे भी बात की थी एंड आई न्यू कि वो लॉ काफी हेल्प करेगा आई न्यू अबाउट द प्रॉफ्स एज वेल कि ये वो पहाड़ी सर होंगे एंड ये होंगे वो होंगे प्रे होगा ये सब भी नाम मेरे को पता चल गए थे जाने से पहले सो आई गॉट टू नो कि ये काफी सारे कोर्सेज तो हैं लॉ के तो अपना बढ़िया ये कोर्सेज तो सॉर्टेड रहेंगे ना सो आई रादर प्ले ऑन माई स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड पिक एचआर एज द फर्स्ट एंड बीएम बाद में बिकॉज इट बी इजियर तो बस लार्जली है
Makes sense. नाउ कमिंग टू द सबसे बड़ा हवा जो सबसे ज्यादा डर लगता है हमें एमबीए कॉलेज में आती है कि सीवी बनाना है अब आते ही घुसे हैं कॉलेज लोगों को ये पता नहीं होता जस्ट टू गिव कंटेक्स्ट टू एनीवन हु इज नॉट मच अवेयर अबाउट एमबीए कि घुसते ही सबसे पहला काम होता है सीवी बनाओ ठीक है तो और तुरंत 2 महीने में एसआईपी आ जाता है तो उसके लिए सीवी बनाना होता है एंड लकीली ऑल थ्री ऑफ अस गॉट बीन शॉर्टलिस्ट मतलब अच्छा सीवी तो था तो तुम दोनों और स्पेशली सीवी का एक एक पॉइंट बहुत थॉरली वेरीफाई कराना होता है तो हाउ डिड यू गाइस गो अबाउट मतलब कोर्ट से वेरीफाई कराना कॉर्पोरेट से वेरीफाई कराना वो तो टफ होगा कैसे किया वो वेरीफाइंग दोस पॉइंट्स आर अ बिट टफर एंड लॉ में तो आई एम अज्यूमिंग कि काफी चीजें कॉन्फिडेंशियल होती है तो वो सब कैसे वेरीफाई करवाया
So for my job, all my work was confidential because it was NDA. So what I had to do was I had to reach out to a person who was senior to me who just left the company. So from their personal email, they verified those points, and I had payslip and all the work experience that was already there. So only getting those points verified, I did that. For us, it was like just get an email with those points as approved. If someone does that, we just accept them as approved and move on. So that was pretty much it. I think it was more important having the internship certificates than the exact points, because अगर तुम्हारे पास internship certificates हैं तो आधा battle is won there. फिर you have to just call that dude who you ever worked under and however and just beg them कि please ये कर दो, MBA का question है and all. And then obviously they'll be like हाँ हाँ ठीक है. Unless you really did something bad, if you have good equations with them, you left on a good note, everything went well, then उसके basis पे they'll approve it and like let it be.
Uh,
So I mean that was
विकास
it for
तेरा
us.
कैसा था? तेरा आई एम अज्यूमिंग मस्ट हैव बीन मच टफर क्योंकि लिटिगेशन से पॉइंट लाना इज
Well, it was actually much tougher and हमारे यहाँ पे points वगैरह भी proper एक एक point भी वो देख रहा था मेरा तो जो भी था verifier तो he was looking at all the points and I couldn't really change like a lot ऐसे in terms of points. But good thing is I told you about the neighbor na, so the neighbor told me beforehand. So while I was leaving the job, I got a appreciation certificate where I wrote down basically all the points. I just asked the judge. I had a good rapport with the judge, and we were like in good terms in जो भी. So she did this favor for me, favor or whatever. तो वो एक इशू नहीं था. बाकी पुराने में इशू था एंड वन स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट इट वाज रियली डिफिकल्ट देयर वाज दिस कॉन्फ्रेंस इन नीति आयोग 2016 में हुई थी एंड वी वर जस्ट लकी मतलब एनयू दिल्ली का बस वो लोकेशनल एडवांटेज था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये कुछ नीति आयोग कुछ कॉन्फ्रेंस करा रहा था और इन विच लाइक 6 चीफ जस्टिस फ्रॉम ऑल द प्लेसेस वर कमिंग and I anybody who volunteers could have gone in. The first 6 people who would have volunteered would have gotten into it. Fortunately, I did. I got into it. I went to the Supreme Court, and then all the 6 chief justices came, and I was tied to the France chief justice, and I was with him for the entire conference, 4 5 day conference. He signed an MOU. I was there while they were signing an MOU in Chief Justice of India's chamber with Chief Justice of India. The France Chief Justice, Soli Saurabh ji, and they were like all big people, Union Law Minister, everybody was there. Even the after parties, we have like Amitabh Kant बस चल रहा है हम फोटो खिंचा रहे हैं हम खाना खा रहे हैं अब हम क्या खाना खा रहे हैं अब I don't remember कौन था P Chidambaram था most likely so one of the politician was there he was just eating food we were just 18-year-old dudes just 2 months into law school and we were seeing all of this and वो बेचारा खाना खा रहा था हम चले गए कि फोटो 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 so we saw like a lot of politicians over there and so it was like a fun it was really it's like a core memory कि हाँ वो 2 महीने बाद ही ये सब हुआ था so and it was a good point at the same time because नीति आयोग 6 chief justice and ये president prime minister it was something that'll set you apart but अब ये किससे verify करवाऊँ मैं so इसको verify करवाने में थोड़ा सा issue हुआ था but then I got it verified from like a senior जो Supreme Court में
नाइस ठीक है नाउ कमिंग टू SIPs तो एक्सेल में तो काफी मतलब डिफाइंड ही होते हैं कि ये सेट ऑफ कंपनीज आएंगी स्पेशली HR के लिए तो बहुत फोकस रहता है हाउ इज इट लाइक इन IMC एंड स्पेसिफिकली फॉर अ लॉ बैकग्राउंड क्या करियर्स होते हैं विच आर एट एन एडवांटेज कि तुम लॉ बैकग्राउंड हो तो तुम्हें बेटर शॉर्टलिस्ट आ सकती है एंड हाउ डू यू गो अबाउट चूजिंग कि किस करियर में जाना चाहिए
For law background, most of the focus is consulting. The rest everything is just secondary. And Genman to is an open role, तो सबको ही आता है. But I think all the lawyers were there because there was a girl from NUD also, Pratiksha. उसका भी focus था कि वो consulting में ही जाना चाहती थी. My preference was Fin, but I didn't have the background for it and I wasn't a CFA. So naturally, chances of a shortlist coming were lesser. But I mean, yeah, for lawyers, consulting is the go-to. I knew someone from NUJS also who came to IIM Cal and then got into, where was she? I think BCG. Naam, Hita Agarwal. I don't know if you know her,
I
but
don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, but I mean, so people do end up going quite a bit from law into this thing. There was another guy also who got into BCG this year, Pratham Shah. So he's also there. So he's from I think some Gujarat law school, not GNLU, but from a random law school in Gujarat. So I mean, consulting is the go-to option. After that, it's mostly like Genman, but everyone would much prefer going into consulting only and wrap up there. They come in
Oh,
also with a thought of consulting, and consulting is most likely to convert also because that's the place that most needs lawyers, more or less, relatively.
makes sense. Gitansh, तेरा कैसा था
Yeah,
SIP experience?
HR में तो there's a lot of scope, and as opposed to going into consulting because of the whole journey and whole kind of I'm just trying to avoid work is the person that I am. So consulting was not an option that I wanted. It was very evident from my bid prep and how it went. But yeah, so it wasn't an option that I was considering, largely also because of my profile. So my profile, the whole 10, 12th and graduation bit is pretty low, and there's this whole thing that 999, you need 999 to get into any of the big MBBs. So, and I didn't have that. So I thought that I wouldn't most likely get a shortlist. When I got a shortlist, I was again more inclined towards getting into like a more of a conglomerate where there are stints and there's a stable career program. I didn't want to. I for me at that point of time, I already had the burnout. I've already switched careers. I've already done this much. I wanted something for a longer period where I can spend like 5, 10 years and stay in a stable job where the job is not such that I want to, quit every day. Every day I feel like quitting the job, which I think I know ended up happening either way. But yeah, so but for me, consulting, because of the workload, I wasn't too keen about it. Although in hindsight, I feel it was a bad decision. I should have prepped and I should have gone into consulting because consulting gives you that option after 1 year that you can take an exit and you can take a very good exit. So, ideally, I would say now, I would say that consulting is actually a good domain to go into, and nobody should take it lightly. People should actually pay attention and focus and get into that domain. It's a good domain. It's a very good domain, especially if you are getting into one of the big threes. Um, but yeah, largely that I was looking more towards, the uh, ABG and TAS and ITC and whatever, all of these. So
तो एमबीए कॉलेज में आ गया एसआईपी लग गई है नाउ स्टडीज बल्कि एक्सेल में तो बहुत मुश्किल होता था काफी लोगों के लिए हम लोग के लिए लॉ पढ़ना तो हाउ वाज इट फॉर यू गाइस मतलब लोगों को पढ़ाते थे कि मतलब सब कैसा रहता था
No, we definitely used to, matlab, people used to come up and be like, ye sikha do, wo sikha do, because we also had a law subject in the second half of first year. बट आई मीन ऐसा कुछ था नहीं, रॉकेट साइंस कुछ नहीं था उसमें, बस बैठ के रटना ही था तुमको, और कुछ उसमें था ही नहीं. देयर वाज नथिंग लाइक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली डीप या कुछ ऐसा. इट वाज मे बी लाइक बिजनेस केसेस विद लाइक प्रॉपर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हियरिंग्स एंड ऑल, उनके जजमेंट्स एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. But yeah, I mean, I definitely did help people. Naturally, I mean, all through the year, they've helped me with quant and like corporate finance and all. So the circle has to come around, and obviously, I'm happy to do that also. So, I mean, we did, but I don't think anyone really cares about one subject out of four in like let's say one semester, and there are like 3 semesters a year. तो कौन दिमाग अपना खराब करेगा बैठ के उतना. But yeah, I mean we definitely did help people. I did teach them a bit, and yeah, I mean it wasn't that consequential. I mean honestly, but काम की चीज तो से I needed them more because IMCAL is a quant heavy syllabus and course. तो उसमें मेरे को बहुत मदद लगती थी, and even with all that preparation for a year and a half on quant, it was not enough because isme also the economics and all, they had all weird statistical nonsense which I didn't really understand much of. Calculator allow कर देते तो चलो बच जाता थोड़ा, पर उसमें भी क्या ही हो जाएगा भाई, इतना मतलब समझना ही मुश्किल रहता था quite large extent तक. But yeah, I mean I did need a lot of help, but I mean when the opportunity came, I was happy to provide that limited scope of मदद जो मैं कर सकता था.
गीतांश को तो आई रिमेम्बर क्योंकि मतलब एक्सेल में तो बहुत होता है लॉ का स्पेशली एचआर में तो गीतांश को तो लोग रैंडमली कॉल करके भाई ये बता दे वो बता दे कैसा होता
तो
था
एक्सेल में तो ये था मतलब क्लास में एज इन आई नेवर टुक लाइक प्रॉपर ज्ञान सेशंस बट हाँ ये सब सवाल आते रहते थे और ये सब मैं जवाब देता रहता था कांस्टेंट कहीं मतलब अगर कल लॉ की क्विज है क्विज तो होगी क्विज तो क्योंकि हर सेमेस्टर में एक लॉ का सब्जेक्ट था रिमोटली एक कुछ कुछ में तो दो दो भी सब्जेक्ट्स थे सो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर विल हैव बोथ आईआर एज वेल एज लेबर लॉ सो अब वो दोनों में से किसी की भी क्विज है तो दी all the text would start popping in. And actually आयुष का ही जो फ्लैटमेट है वही खूब बार आता था एंड वो था तो काफी रहता था लॉ का तो एंड आई हैव डन लाइक प्रॉपर ऐसे बैठ करके जिस भी कमरे में जाता था एक एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले तो मेरे को पता है कि होगा कुछ नहीं मुझसे 2-3 मिनट बात करने स्मॉल टॉक के बाद सवाल चालू हो जाएंगे तो मैं वो कर रहा था आई वॉज हैप्पी टू हेल्प ऐसे अच्छा ही था एवरीबडी वॉज रियली आई मीन फॉर मी तो 2 years वर रियली ग्रेट
वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड मतलब तथागत कि इतने सारे केस को मैं पार्ट लिया है, काफी जीते भी हो, तो डज लॉ हेल्प कहीं पे भी कि लॉ बैकग्राउंड है तो कुछ मतलब
कुछ नहीं
नहीं?
कुछ नहीं एक एक फ्रेमवर्क होती है वो पेस्टल वाली उसमें एक पॉइंट लॉ का होता है वो मैं खुश होके लिख लेता था उसके अलावा लॉ का कुछ कोई लाइक देयर इज नो रिलेशन व्हाटसोएवर. In fact, I'd say someone who's not done law is more geared towards the MBA system than someone who's done law. Because you've come from a system where you've been writing papers and essays and God knows what not. And you're there like one word answer. I only want one word answer and it should be the right answer and it has to be right accurate. मतलब there can't be the if what but नहीं मेरे को बस एक ही चीज बता तू और वो सही बता. So MBA is very different that way. You have to retrain your thinking pattern, which I'm sure even Geetan should have had to do.
दैट इज ट्रू मतलब case comps are really different. So I also did a couple of case comps. Asian Paints का final बजाज जीता था. DS Group का final था. I know 2-3 और थे. तो ऐसे टोटल 4-5 केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स थे जिनके नेशनल फाइनल्स या जीता. एक्सेंचर टैप थर्ड थी हमारी टीम शायद तो नेशनल्स पे. तो देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स कुछ 5-6 पॉइंट्स लिखे थे बट वो लार्जली बस यही था कि पेस्टल हमारे में तो मेरे तो लार्जली एचआर केस कॉम्प थे तो देर वुड बी सम केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स वेयर लॉ वुड हेल्प because it's IR related, but very limited. Largely, it was just designing the deck where, and you also would understand this too. तो law का कुछ इतना फायदा नहीं होता उसमें.
कूल, मेक सेंस. नाउ अब फाइनली दोनों आईटीसी में हो, आईआईटी इन्फोटेक में. हाउ इज इट गोइंग देयर? मतलब कैसा चल रहा है? एंड कभी कंपनी में कुछ लॉ रिलेटेड काम होता है या फिर इट्स ऑल जस्ट एमबीए रिलेटेड? कैसा चलता है?
तो
You go
तो
first.
मेरे डोमेन में तो लॉ रिलेटेड काफी है बिकॉज आई एम एन एचआर एंड आई एम वर्किंग विद द कॉम्पनसेशंस एंड बेनिफिट्स टीम सो वी आर in around 42 countries. So, and the compliance and everything for all the countries are very different. So, one of the thing that pisses me off, but is also a good thing that I have is that since I have a law background, they assume that I would know somehow I would know Romania में क्या कितनी छुट्टियां मिलनी चाहिए and I'll know I'll be able to do the figure out the law over there. It does help. I mean, I'm able to read and understand better, but it's very different. See, a law of one country and another country, it's completely different. Very, and especially when there's one common law country and there's one civil law country, it's a different thing altogether. And I wouldn't understand. I don't understand the language anyways. So one of the problems that I faced, and also a good thing in a way that there is an expectation. So there's a reason that they hired me. So this helped me get hired. But while I'm doing the job, this is paining me a lot because I have to look at all of this. I have to design all the policies and all for the entire organization, be it for India or anywhere. And if I have to design policies for any other country, I need to understand what kind of compliance they have. So yeah, law is there. Law is everyday part of it.
Uh, so the role I have is account manager. So it's part of like business development is primarily what we do. It's like a sales role more or less, but like B2B sales. Um, Law का तो काम आता है mainly because we work on MSAs and NDAs and stuff like that even here. So like master service agreements or let's say an SOW statement of work. So in सब में they do need legal help and all of that. Though we have a legal team which is very renowned, but despite that, they from the sales side also we need a legal angle to look at it. तो उसमें काफी काम आता रहता है मेरे को. But I'd say that's maybe 10% of the role. 90% of the role is still like business development, coordinating, making sure the account work is getting through, ensuring that delivery, which is the people who are actually doing the work, are doing the work, and managing the account, trying to, upsell, cross sell, farm, hunt, all those things inclusive. So yeah, I mean, I don't see that much of a difference. I think someone who didn't have a business degree could also do the work. But the benefits I really see is that I'm working with someone maybe double my age, and getting that experience from senior VPs and working straight up under them. So that benefit is real, which I see, and like being involved in real business decisions. I mean, they still take the decisions, but they let us in those conversations, which is a good starting point, I'd say. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I wouldn't say anything else. Obviously, you get better. You do apply some principles you learned in business school. So वो आता है, but वो सब मैं honestly business school के बिना भी मतलब कुछ मैंने ये नहीं सीखा है कि oh my god, I didn't know this existed. But I mean, still, obviously, it does help. It gives you that training in terms of thinking models and stuff like that. But yeah.
True. Yes. तो मतलब और we are almost at the end. मतलब you wanna add something जो किसी भी law student को या फिर lawyer aspiring MBA को you want to advise कि ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए in general.
I mean, I would just say start picking up Arun Sharma's books. That's half like the battle. Rest everything else will get taken care of. It's on its own. And I mean, do what you want. Don't like. Obviously, law as a field in itself is quite small in terms of fraternity, and it's also very endogamous to a large extent. I mean, do just whatever you want and don't bother about what anyone else is doing or saying. I'm sure people get like good jobs. Someone ends up at trilegal khaitan, to bura to lagta hai. देख के कि someone's making progress. You don't feel bad that they're doing better than you, but you feel bad that someone's making progress in life and you're stuck somewhere. So I mean, don't worry about that. Time really does change. So I mean, just focus on that and start picking up Arun Sharma. That book's really going to help you get through the exam if you really want to. And I mean, yeah, have a good time. I mean, I look back and feel I didn't party hard enough in business school. I should have gone harder because now life is not the same anymore. And I mean, now we have to get up in the morning. There's responsibilities. Life is just different. So I mean, other than that, I mean, once you get into business school, I mean, party hard, have a good time, learn, meet new people, build that network. And after business school, you're anyways going to get a reality hit, which will not be that great, but you'll be old enough to deal with it at that point. So I mean, that's pretty much is what I would say. Nothing else.
Yeah,
Makes
see.
sense.
So for law, I would say that anybody who's stuck in life and anybody, because law, it's completely possible that you end up feeling stuck. You go into litigation, it's not going anywhere. The gestation period is like 10 years, 15 years, where you actually grow into becoming a lawyer. And if you're in corporate, if you're feeling miserable and you want an exit, I would say either of the case, MBA is actually a good option. And before just going for an MBA, I would say try to give mocks, try to understand what is your strength and what is your weakness. Most likely, since that's been the case, that's what I have seen. But yeah, I know it's a little generalized. But in case you have issues with one or two particular subject, go for it. Don't think twice, because for CAT, for XAT, for all these exams, you don't need to score like 100%. You don't even need to attempt 50% of you. If you are attempting 50% of the question, you are good to go. It's you don't need to score more than that. I mean, even 50% is a
50% of the
insane,
questions is
insane.
99.9.
99.50% is an insane. So like 40% is where you have to score. So 50% of the questions, if you are attempting, it's completely possible to get that 40%. So don't think that you can't do it simply because you are not able to do one mathematics, or you are not able to get that reasoning के sets. Make sure that you are able to get through the cutoff. इतना अगर कर पा रहे हो तो बाकी दो सब्जेक्ट से आप पुल कर लोगे and go for it. इतना सोचना नहीं है. And business school, I would say getting into XLRI in hindsight was, and in hindsight, even at that point of time, I felt like was the best decision that I took, because बढ़िया ही था यार जब जो था and yeah, I
Even
really
now, it's the best decision you can.
yeah, I don't know man. अभी तो देखते हैं but था जो भी बढ़िया था. कॉलेज तो अच्छा ही था. I made like a shit ton of friends. I know किसी भी शहर में जाऊंगा तो I'll have people around, and I'll have a house where I'll have a house जहाँ पे मैं गया था इसके घर पे. मैं कुछ 7-8 दिन बस रुक गया था. तो I know I'll have a house in any city जहाँ भी जा रहा हूँ.
Especially Gurgaon. Especially Gurgaon. Gurgaon में तो बहुत लोग हैं.
हाँ, तो वो रहेगा जो भी तो. हाँ ठीक है, बट अब ये तो जो है But yeah, so I made a lot of
पर हाँ,
friends.
दो साल की एक और कंटेक्स्ट फॉर द लिस्टनर, 2 साल की बहुत लंबी पार्टी होती है।
Uh,
तो अगर तुम्हें है कि तंग आ गए हो लाइफ में, चिल करके पार्टी भी करना है पढ़ाई के साथ, तो एमबीए कर
ये
लो।
कर लो। एंड
100%,
नौकरी भी ठीक लग ही
110%.
जाती है लार्जली, देखो सबकी, हम तीनों की तो लग गई। एंड बाकी भी, सी इट्स अगेन अरेंज, बट largely a good chunk of 60 to 70% people would land up in a good job. And 30%, yeah, do suffer, but it's not, it's only temporary. Even they get a switch, and even because of the market right now. And the number is much lesser if the market is decent enough.
ग्रेट, ग्रेट हैविंग यू गाइस। बहुत मजा
It
आया,
was a great
काफी अलग चीज
opportunity.
सीखने मिली आज।